Come on, you guys, let's go. 2-0 win at home in the first leg of the Carabao Cup. And to be honest with you guys, what an easy, dominant performance in which we saw for the first time under Thomas Tuchel a brand new formation. A formation that you guys have known I've been waiting to see for a goddamn long ass time. And that was the use of a back four. However, in today's game, I think we saw like literally every single back four. Imagine what you want to see. At times, I was seeing 4-2-2-2. I was seeing 4-2-3-1. I was seeing 4-1-4-1. And I was seeing 4-3-3. So I definitely got everything I wanted in this game today. And I can't get too cocky right now, yeah. The man of this performance, I feel like maybe we've kind of booked our place in the Carabao Cup final. Because a big part of me was just kind of already knowing in advance that, you know, Conte was going to come out to be super negative, which he definitely demonstrated and proved. And he proved during our time as well too, in which, you know, when it came to those domestic cup games or European games, we always played within ourselves. So I kind of knew that, okay, under Tuchel, a manager who looks to take advantage, smells the blood and looks to get this team playing football, we can make things happen. And wow, what a big surprise it was to see a back four used. You know, it was such an interesting use of the system. I'm going to try and explain it briefly for you guys as well too. Azpilicueta today was playing as like the inverted right-sided defender. So basically, like in the different phases of our game, like the build-up phase, pressing, defending of the ball and attacking, we kind of rotated the use for the back four to, of course, accommodate the team accordingly during, like, you know, particular contextual moments inside the game. Oh my god, I'm sounding like such a flipping professor and nerd right now. Deep apologies, you guys. But honestly, it definitely works, and it definitely just proves what we know about Tuchel. You know, this is a positional manager game. He's highly fluid with his tactics as well. You know, the team is very adaptable as well too. And this was proved in absolute abundance today. You know, Azpilicueta today had such an important role. You know, when we were playing out from the back, we kind of shifted to like a back three system. When it came to then progress into Spurs' half and we started to attack more, Azpi pushed up more as like a supportive fullback in behind Hakim Ziyech. And of course, we were seeing then maybe Kai Havertz maybe sometimes drifting off Lukaku, dropping deeper, moving out wide, or playing up front alongside him as well too. So, you know, this was definitely a very fluid game. In that first half in particular, we were literally just slicing through Spurs' midfield lines with ease anytime we wanted to do that. But I guess due to maybe, you know, the lack of defenders we have right now, most of our build-up phase really came down that left-hand side. You know, Marcos Alonso was very key to doing that. And basically, Mason Mount would have to drop deeper into that left-hand channel for Marcos Alonso to then push forwards. When that happened, that allowed us to get in behind Spurs' midfield, start to play through them, which was the thing to do because in a game like this today, Tuchel didn't want to leave the two defenders by themselves isolated. He wanted to have that protection of Azpi playing that inverted role, being there to snuff out danger when you need him, because Azpi's reading of the game is outstanding. You know, it's when to leave his line, when to push up to press, when to sit back and drop deep. And having a player like him gives you that extra fluidity you need in a formation and a system like this. I feel like I'm going to have to maybe watch this game again to really just like look at all the key details in this game too. And tomorrow you guys, of course, make a video just breaking down and explaining, you know, what the hell we saw tonight. But what we definitely did see tonight, you guys, was some good performances from the team. And I think one guy that I just have to speak about immediately is none other than Saul. Now, I'll put my hands up, and I don't really, you know, I'm not going to change my opinions at all, but I'm a fair guy, and all I care about is seeing the right performances. You know, I don't have vendettas against individuals. I don't really care about millionaire football players that deep, to be honest with you. But when you do well, I'm going to be the first one to give you credit. And for me, without a doubt, Saul was absolutely a defensive king in this game today. I mean, wow. By far his best Chelsea performance. I was seeing a completely confident and different Saul. All of his passing was first time and crisp. He wasn't dwindling on the ball. Defensively, this guy was getting onto the ball. This guy was pressing. The slide tackles today from him. Some masterful slide tackles for wing back possession for us as well too. And it kind of felt like a little bit like, oh, you mean in English football, I'm allowed to be more forceful? The referee's gonna like get off my back more? That's what it kind of felt like to me. Like, okay, maybe he's adapting and understanding the game a bit more, which is going to be a massive positive for us because, of course, you know, we have so many injuries in the team right now that we need to call upon every single player that we have. Playing this type of system where I think having more options in front of him as well definitely makes things easy. I don't think Saul necessarily is that guy that he used for the build-up phase. That's not his game. But today, playing at that ball-winning midfield role definitely suited him to a T today. He was definitely bringing that impetus, bringing that physicality into our midfield as well too, and putting in a good performance. So today, by far, Saul, best performance I've seen from him for a while. And let's hope he can build from this now. And let's see what he can start to do now in a Chelsea shirt. But regardless, you guys, we saw some good performances too. And, I think another interesting one was seeing Kai Havertz today. I think for me, if you're going to use Kai, using him in a role like this where he can be more involved in the game, showing his creative ability and of course his defensive ability is the best way to use him. So it was kind of no surprise that within the first 5 minutes, he was the player to get us the first goal in the game. We saw some dangerous moments beforehand with him and Lukaku, with Kai literally dropping deeper, allowing Lukaku to run in behind him. I was hoping to see more of that, but I think with more practice using a different formation like this, we could see these guys cook a bit more. He took his goal well, and instantly when you've got a goal in the first 5 minutes against Spurs, you know that Spurs, their heads are down, they ain't coming back. And to be honest, I felt like Conte had literally no solution for us at all throughout the entire game. And this was kind of the sick thing about the formation we used today, because I definitely think it gave us like a tactical advantage due to that surprise factor in which we were using a back four today. And with how Tuchel has his teams well drilled to a ridiculous level, well coached as well, I definitely think a back four should be our long-term future. And I think it will be, especially for the next season when we can sign maybe a few more players to really just, tweak it to its absolute maximum potential. But enough about the back for you guys. Hear what my thoughts and feelings about that in tomorrow's videos. Let's get back to the game. And of course, we do make it 2-0 in quite easy fashion, and in typical Spurs fashion. And the irony behind it all, this is just like poetic at this point. Of course, ultimately, they're the ones that mess up for themselves. Terrible set piece defending. Tanganga just looking like a mid player out there on the field today too. I don't know how his body was orientated. It deflected off Ben Davis, making it 2-0 for us, and essentially that game was over. It does get to the second half, and I think Conte realised I have to kind of do something. I can't look like a mug in front of the Chelsea fans, so he takes off a defender, takes off Doherty, and Spurs go to a 4-2-3-1 with Ndombele playing in behind. And I guess for like maybe the first 20 minutes, it was kind of like a game of who's going to control the midfields, because there wasn't much control from either teams. We definitely adapted, and in the end, we saw a new back four formation, this time with it being 4-3-3, with Mason Mount dropping deeper. He was key, because we were kind of struggling to play out from the back. I know Saul is a player that puts in a lot of goodwill and effort, but when I look at the details in this game, I don't necessarily see the same quality levels that the other guys possess in the team. At times maybe the tackling technique can be a bit off. At times the passing, he was playing passes backwards a lot of times. I was seeing him putting his hands up a lot, as almost saying sorry for not giving the ball in this situation, in that situation. And we were kind of struggling to build up sometimes. That meant that our midfield couldn't get on the ball as much. So Mason Mount dropped deep to make a midfield three. By doing it, it meant that Marcos Alonso could then push forward from him. And when we did that, we were able to get past that Spurs press with ease. And to be honest, Spurs, I don't know what they were doing. They didn't play the game like it was a cup final. They weren't pressing intensely. A lot of times in that first half, we had a ton of space and time on the ball in defence and in midfield as well too. And to be fair, if that's how you want to approach a semi-final game today, I'm here for it, man. I'm absolutely here for it. But of course, in that second half was a time for Tuchel to make some rotations, make some subs. And a lot of nice subs. Ruben came on, Kovacic came on. You're going to expect some nice little moments of play and passages from them. I thought Ruben played a nice few cute balls to continue the flow, momentum of attacks. And Kovacic, you can expect there to be a few brazy moments of skill and individualism as well too. Timo Werner also played, and he showed some threats as well. And I guess one of the standout guys in the game today for me was Hakim Ziyech. Wow, some of the balls this guy played today. I think he was owed an assist. I think Lukaku for sure should have buried that goal from that headed opportunity. And I think that pass he played in the second half of Timo Werner from that angle, just outside of the boot, that swerve. It was unlucky that Timo couldn't loft the ball over Lloris quickly enough, but wow, great performance. And I guess it would have topped it off even more if Ziyech's finishing boots were the same as his passing and delivery in the game today. But as I'm saying, playing him in his best position, letting him be the free man out wide is the best use and the best way to use him, because this guy has the goal threat, which he didn't show today, but he has the unreal creative ability. And I'm hoping now that we're using the back four, that you can see more of this in the team too. We had some moments in the end. Lukaku with a great one after some magical pieces of like skill from your Pulisic and Co's. But I guess one player we have to speak about today was Lukaku. Was his performance the best way to apologise to the fans? I wouldn't say so. But that doesn't mean that was a bad performance. With this performance today from Lukaku, he was showing his defensive aptitudes. He dropped deep a few times to win the ball back. I thought he led the line quite well too. He showed his multi-dimensional abilities, drifting to the right-hand side, being a platform up front as well, looking to get him behind as well too. And I think playing this way, with more game time and experience and players understanding everyone's moves to the perfect level, this team can cook in the system. And considering the injuries we're having in defense, seeing Azpilicueta, I'm praying this guy is not even injured like that. We have to see Pulisic playing as a right back in the game today, and I got to say, shout out Pulisic, man. I never thought this guy would be on point with the defending at all, but the transformation he's made, the effort he puts in for the team, unreal. Give him a lot of credit for all that. But let's hope that Aspi's not going to be out for too long, because we've got injuries in defense. And we've seen that Conte and Thiago Silva are the latest victims who have picked up COVID. Let's pray they're not going to be out for too long. And to actually just that maybe N'Golo Kante was playing against Liverpool with COVID. Like, the guy's not a real person at all, to be fair. But regardless, you guys, he had opportunities to seal it to make it 3-0. But you guarantee when we go back to Spurs' stadium, for sure, we're going to get the job done there. I'm not seeing nothing from Spurs today to feel worried whatsoever. And for me, I feel like potentially we have booked our place in the final of the Carabao Cup, and I want us to secure this domestic trophy this season. So you guys on that note, I'm Nini FC, this is Blue Lions CV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Cool.